Welcome to your sleep story. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Whatever this day was, however long it felt, however much it held, it is behind you now. Completely behind you. You made it through, and that is everything. So let's begin. Before I take you anywhere tonight, I want to count you down from 10 to 1. And as I count, I want you to allow yourself to sink just a little deeper into wherever you are right now. Feel the weight of your body. Feel what is beneath you, holding you. And with each number, just let go a little more. 10. Allow your eyes to close. Gently, completely. There is nothing you need to see right now. 9. Feel your shoulders and let them drop as far as they want to go. 8. A slow breath in through the nose. 7. And all the way out. 6. Your hands. Feel them opening. Whatever you've been holding today, you can put it down now. 5. Your jaw is soft. Your face is soft. 4. Your legs are heavy, warm. 3. You're drifting, not asleep yet, but moving that way. 2. The day is behind you, completely and entirely behind you. 1. And now, tonight's sleep story, the relaxation. Before we go anywhere, I want to stay here with you for a moment. Just here, just now, because this moment, this exact moment right now, where you are lying in the quiet, deserves a little attention, a little kindness. Take a breath in for me, from the very bottom of the belly. Good, and let it go. And as you breathe out, I want you to imagine that everything you were carrying today, every worry, every unfinished thought, every heavy thing is just leaving with that breath, just drifting away. You don't have to solve anything tonight. You don't have to figure anything out. You don't have to be anything other than exactly what you are right now. A person who deserves rest. A person who deserves sleep. Because you do. You really do. Whatever happened today, whatever was hard, whatever felt heavy, you made it through. You are here. And that is enough. That is more than enough. You are safe. And you are here. Bring your awareness gently to your feet now. Just notice them and allow them to soften. The toes uncurling, the arches releasing. All the small held tension of the day simply letting go. Let that softness travel upward, through the calves, through the knees, the thighs. All of it warm, all of it heavy, all of it resting now. Your lower back, your hips. Allow yourself to feel the surface beneath you taking your weight completely, fully. You don't have to hold yourself up anymore. The earth has you. The forest has you. The belly soft. The chest soft. The heart beating steadily as it always has, as it always will. Your shoulders dropping, your arms heavy and warm, your hands open and still, the neck long and loose, and your face, let the jaw go. Let the forehead smooth. Let the eyes be completely still behind their lids. There you are, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, completely soft, completely warm, completely at rest. You You've done beautifully. Now, let me take you somewhere the light is green and the air is cool, and the bamboo grows so tall you cannot see the top of it, and the only sound is the wind finding its way through 10,000 stems. Come with me. The path. Imagine a path. Narrow, stone-paved, the flat stones set into the earth, slightly uneven, their surfaces worn smooth by the feet of many years. The path enters the bamboo grove through a wooden gate. Old gate, its posts slightly mossy at the base, where the ground holds moisture. Its wood gray with age. The gate is open. It is always open. On one side of the gate, the world outside, the road, the sound of the town in the distance, the ordinary world. On the other side, the bamboo. You step through, and the world changes. Not dramatically, not suddenly, gradually. The way the world changes when you enter any forest, the temperature dropping a degree or two, the light changing, filtered now, green-tinted, the bamboo canopy above doing what canopies always do, taking the direct light and making it something softer, the sound changing, the road sound already gone, not faded, simply gone, as if the bamboo absorbed it on the instant of your crossing the gate. What remains? The bamboo and the wind in it, and your footsteps on the stone path, and your breathing, slowing already, without your having decided to slow it. The bamboo on either side of the path. Let me tell you what you are looking at. Moso bamboo, Philostachys edulis, the great bamboo of Japan and China. The largest bamboo in the world, in the temperate zones. Its culms, the stems, the vertical shafts of it, reaching 30 meters in height, 100 feet, the height of a 10-story building. From where you stand, looking up, the culms rise on every side, straight, perfectly vertical. Their surfaces smooth and slightly waxy. The color of them, a pale green that is almost jade, that has a quality of translucency in the light. The nodes, at regular intervals, every 20 or 30 centimeters, the node. A slight ring around the culm, a slight broadening, the joint where one segment of growth meets the next. Each node marking a pause in the growing. The next segment above it, the growth of the next phase. The leaves, high above. You cannot quite see them individually from here. Only the canopy they make. The rustling, shifting, never still canopy that the wind is in right now. The sound of it, the sound of bamboo, leaves in the wind. There is nothing else like it. A dry sound, a papery sound, a sound that is not the sound of oak leaves or beech leaves or any other broadleaf tree. Lighter, more rapid. The bamboo leaves smaller and more numerous and more responsive to even the slightest air. The grove breathing, the sound, listen to it, the sound of the bamboo grove. First the leaves, high above where the canopy is, where the wind finds the leaves and moves through them. A continuous sound, rising and falling with the strength of the breeze, but always present. The baseline of the grove, the sound beneath which everything else happens. Then the calms, when the wind is stronger, when a gust finds the grove, the calms move. Not much. The bamboo is more flexible than it appears, the calms swaying a small number of degrees from vertical and returning. And when they move, they speak. A low sound, a wooden sound. The calms, when they touch each other in the wind, the sound of hollow wood on hollow wood. A sound that is part percussion and part voice. The two calms finding each other briefly and separating again. A creak, a knock, very quiet, very brief. The grove making its adjustments, and beneath the leaves and the calms, the sound of the path under your feet. The stone, each step a slightly different sound, depending on the particular stone. Its surface, its angle, not loud, simply present. Your feet on the path, the bamboo on either side, the wind above. 3 sounds, all of them soft, all of them right. The light in the bamboo grove. Green, not one green, many greens. The light filtered through the jade of the calms, and the darker green of the leaves, and the pale green of the newer growth, each filtering it slightly differently, the whole adding up to something that is the green of this specific grove at this specific hour. Morning light. It is morning, the sun not high yet, coming from the east, finding the grove at an angle. The light in the grove, not the flat, diffuse light of midday, but the angled, more interesting light of early morning, finding some calms and not others, some paths and not others, shadows, the shadows of the calms on the path, thin parallel lines, slightly diagonal, shifting very slowly as the sun moves and the calms sway. The shadows moving across your feet as you walk. The path alternately lit and shadowed as you pass through the grove. The light between the calms. This is the thing about a bamboo grove, the gaps. Between each calm and the next, the light comes through. Not much light, the grove is dense, but some thin shafts of it. The morning sun finding its way through the close-packed stems in narrow lines that move very slowly across the path as the calms breathe in the wind. Living light, Haruto. There is a man at the far end of the path, where it curves to the right and the grove deepens. An old man, he is sweeping a bamboo broom, the traditional broom of Japan, made from the dried stems of a small bamboo, bound at the top into a handle, the lower ends fanning out into the sweeping surface. He is sweeping the path. The fallen leaves, the bamboo sheds leaves continuously, not seasonally. The fallen leaves a constant feature of the grove floor. He is collecting them from the path. The sweep of the broom, the small pile accumulating, the broom sweeping again. Unhurried, completely unhurried. He is not racing to finish. He is not performing the task quickly so that it will be done. He is doing the task requires, the right sweep, the right pressure, the broom finding the leaves and moving them, faster, not slower. He has been the keeper of this grove for 41 years. He is 77. His name is Haruto. He does not look up when you come through the gate. He is aware of you, of course. He is aware of everything in this grove, but he does not look up because there is nothing in your arrival that requires him to look up. The path will accommodate you. The grove will accommodate you. He continues sweeping the grove deep-ness. You walk further. The path curves. The grove deepens. Further from the gate, the culms closer together. The canopy denser. The light more thoroughly filtered until it is entirely that green gold of deep bamboo. The color that has no equivalent outside a grove like this. You stop. You look up. The culms rising on every side. Their heights converging at a point far above you, or appearing to converge, the perspective of looking straight up creating this impression. The culms, which are actually parallel, appearing to meet at a single point in the canopy above, like the nave of a cathedral, not like it exactly. The bamboo nave is alive, moving, organic rather than geometric, but the same quality of vertical space, the same quality of a chamber whose ceiling is too high to comprehend from the floor, the cathedral of bamboo. Above you, you stand in it, you breathe, the air here cooler than the path near the gate. The deeper grove trapping the cool morning air, the evaporation from the soil, and the plants lowering the temperature. A degree or two cooler than outside. Clean. The air in a bamboo grove is clean in a way that is measurable. The bamboo produces oxygen, all plants do, through photosynthesis. And the bamboo, growing densely, producing a very large surface area of leaf, produces a great deal of it, more per acre than most other plants. You are breathing very slightly more oxygen than outside the grove. You can feel it, not dramatically, but it is there. The air is good here. The morning DAW. The dew is still on the culms. This early in the morning, the sun not yet high enough or warm enough to have burned it off. The culms of the bamboo are beaded with moisture. Each bead of dew a small, perfect sphere. Dozens of them on each culm, at different heights, at the nodes, especially where the slight broadening provides a surface that collects the moisture. You reach out, you touch a comb, the surface smooth, slightly waxy, and the dew on it cold against your fingertip, cold and clean. You look at the dew drop on your finger, a small sphere of the grove's morning in it, very slightly curved, the image of the grove visible inside it, the culms, the path, the sky above, all of it compressed into this sphere of water. You let it fall. It hits the path stone and spreads and is gone. The culms still beaded, the grove still cool, the dew still on everything, morning still. Haruto's work. The sweeping of the path has been Haruto's first task every morning for 41 years. He comes before the visitors, before the gate opens, when the grove is his, and the path is his, and the leaves that fell through the night are still where they fell. He sweeps, not because leaves on the path are wrong. Leaves are not wrong. The grove sheds leaves, and they fall, and that is entirely natural. But because the path, swept, allows the visitor to arrive into something that has been prepared, something that has been attended to. This is the difference. Attended to, that is what the sweeping is, not the removal of leaves. The evidence of care, the visitor who comes through the gate onto the swept path, who may not consciously register that the path has been swept, who may simply feel that the grove is ready for them, that the grove is welcoming. That visitor is receiving the sweeping without knowing it. Haruto knows this. He has known it since his first year. He sweeps as his predecessor swept, as his predecessor's predecessor swept. The path swept every morning, the grove attended to, because attention is what the grove deserves, because attention is what everything beautiful deserves. The stone lantern, in the curve of the path, a stone lantern, not lit now. It is morning, and the light does not require supplement, but present, old granite, the surface of it dark with moisture and age. The lichen finding it the way lichen finds all old stone, slowly over decades. The slow, patient colonization of a surface that holds moisture and is stable. The lantern has been here longer than Haruto has been keeper, longer than his predecessor. The style of it, the proportions, the carving of the base suggest it was placed here perhaps 200 years ago, perhaps more. 200 years of mornings, 200 years of this grove's light finding its way through the culms, 200 years of the path being swept, 200 years of people coming through the gate. The lantern witnessing all of it, not witnessing present, simply present, as old things are present, without agenda, without performance, simply here, the sound of one culm. Haruto stops sweeping. He sets the broom against a culm. He sits on the low stone bench at the side of the path, the bench that has been there as long as the lantern, probably. Its surface slightly hollowed from years of people sitting. He closes his eyes. You watch him. He is simply sitting, not resting or not only resting. He is listening. He listens to the grove, the way Elias listened to the single clock, the way Miriam receives her finished bowl, the way Brother Thomas stands at the north window at 3 in the morning. You close your eyes too, and you listen. One culm. Try to find just one. The sound of one bamboo culm in the wind is very small, almost not there. The sound of the grove is the sound of thousands of culms together, and the individual is lost in the collective. But if you listen very carefully, if you let the general sound recede and wait, there, a single culm close to the path, its leaves, the ones you can almost reach, finding a small movement of air, a breeze the grove floor away from the path, where feet do not go, where the soil is undisturbed, is carpeted in moss. Deep green moss, the bright, saturated green of moss that has enough moisture and enough shade and enough time. You crouch beside the path. You look at it. Up close, the moss is not a carpet. It is a forest. Tiny upright structures, the individual moss plants, each one a few millimeters tall, each with its own stem and its own leaves so small they are visible only as a slight texture. Thousands of them in a square centimeter of moss, a forest within the forest. At your feet, you could spend an hour looking at this moss. People have the Japanese aesthetic sensibility, wabi-sabi, the beauty of things imperfect and impermanent and incomplete, the appreciation of moss and age, and the natural wearing of things. This sensibility has been looking at moss like this for centuries, not abstractly, specifically this particular moss, in this particular morning light, with this particular quality of shadow from the combs above. Haruto looks at this moss every morning. He has looked at it for 41 years. It is still interesting. It is more interesting, perhaps, than when he first looked. What the bamboo is. The bamboo is not a tree. This is the first thing to know. The bamboo is a grass, the largest grass in the world. A grass that is solved through the particular engineering of its comb, the hollow cylinder, the nodes at regular intervals, the structure that is both light and strong. The problem of growing very tall without the weight and the growth rings of woody tissue that trees require. The bamboo comb does not have growth rings. It does not grow outward. It grows upward. A new comb begins as a shoot, the bamboo shoot, the young bamboo that emerges from the soil in spring. Already the diameter it will be as an adult. The diameter is fixed from the beginning. It simply grows tall, very fast. The moso bamboo can grow 90 centimeters in a single day. A single day. You can watch it grow. If you come to a bamboo grove in spring, in the shooting season, and sit beside a new shoot in the morning and come back in the evening, you will see the difference. 90 centimeters, the fastest growth of any plant on Earth. And then, once it reaches its full height, it stops growing upward. The comb remains at that height for the rest of its life, which is perhaps 5 or 7 years. It stands at that height, still, patient, at its full height, contributing to the grove, the small shrine at the far end of the path, where the grove opens slightly into a small clearing, a shrine, very small, a miniature torii gate, the traditional gate of Japanese shrines. Its form the form of all torii gates, the 2 uprights and the 2 crossbars. This one no taller than Haruto. Its wood painted red, a red faded by years of rain and sun to a deep, warm, slightly orange red. Before the gate, a stone basin, water in it clean, still. The surface of it catching the filtered grove light in a single shimmer. The offering on the small ledge before the gate, a small arrangement, a sprig of bamboo freshly cut, its leaves still bright, a few grains of rice on a piece of folded paper. Simple, completely simple, the kind of offering that says, I was here, I noticed, I paid attention. Haruto places these every morning. After the sweeping, he does not speak when he does it. He simply places them. The sprig of bamboo, the rice on the folded paper, and he stands for a moment. And then he goes back to his sweeping. Growing still, the path is quiet now. Haruto is somewhere in the grove. You can hear, very faintly, the occasional sweep of the broom on the stone. Further along, he is working his way to the far end. You are on the bench, the same stone bench where he sat, still warm from his sitting. The bamboo is around you, the sound of it, the leaves above, the occasional knock of comb on comb when the wind finds them, the light green, moving, the shadows of the combs crossing your hands in their very slow passage, the air clean, cool, the grove's air, the moss at your feet, its tiny forest, its deep green, the stone lantern nearby, its lichen, its 200 years. If thoughts are arriving, and they probably are, that is what minds do. They are not staying long. They come, you notice them. They go, like the shadows of the combs moving across the path, present for a moment, and then moved on. You don't need to hold any of them. Just this, just the bamboo, just the morning, just the clean, cool air, and the green light, and the sound of the grove breathing. Peace lives in this grove. It has always lived here, in the combs, and the moss, and the swept path, and Haruto's 41 years of faithful morning attendance. Tonight it is yours. Good night. You are doing so beautifully. The day is done. You walked through the gate this morning. The sound of the world stopped the moment you crossed it. You walked the swept path under the green canopy. You looked up into the cathedral of bamboo above you. You touched the dew on a comb. You listened to just one comb in the wind. You saw the shrine and the small offering. You sat on Haruto's bench. The grove received you, as bamboo groves have received people in Japan for centuries, without ceremony, without requiring anything. Simply with the green and the quiet and the cool air and the sound that is unlike any other sound. Carry it with you on the hard days, the noisy days, the days when the world feels too crowded and too fast. Remember this path. Remember the gate, the sound of the world stopping. Remember the green light. Remember the single calm you found when you listened carefully. Remember Haruto sweeping, not hurrying, simply doing the task requires. Attended to. You know the way here now. But tonight, you are already here. The grove is around you. The light is green. The bamboo is breathing. Sleep now, deeply, completely. You deserve every greenlit, comb shaded, dew touched, moss soft, quietly swept moment of this rest. Every single one. Good night. Sleep well. The bamboo grove through the night. The grove at night. The grove at night. The visitors gone. Haruto gone. The gate closed, he closes it at dusk. The wooden gate, the simple latch. The grove is not locked exactly. The gate can be opened, but it signals the grove is resting. Come tomorrow. The bamboo at night is the bamboo without the human element, without the footsteps, without the voices of visitors, without Haruto's broom. Simply the bamboo, the calms in the dark, visible if there is moon, as pale upright shapes in the darkness of the grove. The nodes just perceptible, the canopy above invisible in the dark, except where moonlight finds it. The sound at night, the same sound, the leaves, the combs, the wind, but different without the footsteps and the occasional voice to interrupt it. The sound of the grove is complete, whole. The sound of the bamboo alone, the wind finding it alone, the grove speaking to itself, the way it speaks every night, has always spoken. What bamboo knows? The bamboo knows something that trees do not know. It knows how to be connected. The culms of a bamboo grove are not separate plants. Most of them are not. They are one plant. The moso bamboo spreads by rhizome, the underground root system, thick and horizontal, running through the soil of the grove in every direction. From this rhizome, new culms emerge each spring. The culms that stand on either side of the path, each separate and vertical and individual, are connected underground. One organism, many expressions. The grove shares through the rhizome nutrients, water, the chemical signals that move through a plant's vascular system. When one part of the grove is stressed by drought or disease, the others respond. This is not thinking. This is not consciousness, but it is connection. The grove is not a collection of individual plants. The grove is one, looking at many culms, breathing many breaths, but one. Haruto's morning. He arrives before dawn. In summer, very early, the sun rising before 5, Haruto there before it. In winter, later, the darkness lasting longer, but always before the first visitor. He unlocks the gate. He takes his broom from the small shed near the gate. The broom he has used for 15 years, replaced twice before that. The bamboo bristles wearing down and being replaced as needed. He begins at the gate. The first sweep, the leaves that fell through the night. The bamboo sheds leaves continuously, not in autumn, not seasonally. Every day, every night, leaves completing their cycle and releasing and falling to the path. Every morning, the leaves. Every morning, the sweeping. The path restored, not to a state of nature. Nature would have leaves on the path, would let them accumulate, would let the moss colonize the stone over decades. But to a state of attendance. The path swept, the grove prepared for whoever comes through the gate. Haruto does not know who will come today. He does not need to know. He prepares for them anyway. The grove ready, the bamboo shooting season. In spring, April mostly, sometimes late March, the shoots, they appear from the soil, the new culms, just beginning, their tips breaking the surface of the grove floor in the places where the rhizome has sent them. Small at first, pointed, the shape of them distinctive. You would know a bamboo shoot if you saw one. They grow fast, the 90 centimeters a day. This is peak growth, the fastest phase. In April and May, the grove is visibly growing. The shoots that were knee-height yesterday are shoulder height today. Haruto watches them. He has watched 41 springs of bamboo shooting, the shoots coming up in their dozens each spring, filling the gaps in the grove, replacing the culms that have aged and died and been cut, the grove renewing itself as it has renewed itself every spring for as long as it has been a grove. He finds this. He finds many things beautiful in the grove, but the shooting season most of all. The speed of it, the energy of it. The grove producing in 6 weeks what would take a tree decades. The bamboo's particular gift, speed and patience at the same time. The rain in the bamboo grove. When it rains in the bamboo grove, which is often the Japanese climate humid and prone to rain, the grove becomes something else. The sound changes. The rain on bamboo leaves is different from the rain on any other leaves. The leaves small and numerous and flexible. The rain finds them, and the leaves respond immediately, trembling, the drops running off them quickly, the leaves springing back, the sound rapid, high, percussive, not the softer sound of rain on oak or beech, a brighter sound, more alive, and the smell, the grove after rain, the soil releasing its petrichor, the same ancient smell, the clay minerals of the forest floor responding to the moisture, and the bamboo itself, the culms, the leaves, the whole plant giving off something that is greener and more present in the wet air, petrichor and bamboo, and the clean smell of rain itself, and the drops on the culms, collecting at the nodes, the slight overhang of each node making a tiny eave, the water gathering there, and then falling in a small stream to the next node, and gathering and falling again, the culm as gutter, the rain finding its way down through the grove in this way, culm by culm, node by node, the water collected and directed, finding its way to the soil, everything connected, everything in its place. What stillness is. Haruto would not use the word stillness. He would not, in fact, use any word. The concept in Japanese, ma, the pause, the negative space, the interval that is not empty, but full of meaning. The silence between the notes that makes the music. The space between the culms that makes the grove. The pause between thoughts that is not the absence of thought, but its completion. Ma, the bamboo grove, is full of ma. The spaces between the culms. The silence between the sound of the leaves The pause between Haruto's broom strokes. The pause between your breaths, in and out, and in the pause between that space, that interval, that ma. What is there? Not nothing, not the absence of breathing, the completion of it, the moment between the inhale and the exhale, when the body holds what it received before giving it back. That moment, that is where you are right now. In the pause, in the ma, in the space the bamboo knows. The gate is closed. The path is swept. The combs are in the dark. The leaves are moving, very slightly. The grove is breathing. Haruto has gone home. The broom is in the shed. The stone lantern is still. The shrine has its offering. The moss is soft. The dew will come again before dawn. The rhizome is moving, very slowly. The grove is one, always one, and you are sleeping, deeply, completely, peacefully, in the green and the quiet, in the bamboo's cool air, in the sound of the leaves, in the ma between the sounds. This is exactly where you should be. This is exactly what you deserve. Every greenlit, comb-shaded, dew-touched, moss-soft, quietly swept moment. Every single one. You are safe. You are held. You are at peace. Good night, dear friend. Sleep well. Sleep deeply. Good night, *N.